Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live with Heather Vickery. This is the second time we're doing this. So if you're watching on TikTok, thank you for your patience. My name is Heather, and this is my weekly live show where I share unique ways that you can step out of fear and into bravery in every element of your life so that you can be the thoughtful, intentional, conscious leader that you are here to be, so that you can lead from embodied joy, so that you can have a hell yes life despite the conflict and the chaos and everything that's happening around you. And we know that there is a lot of shit happening around us. It is all messy, right? But what is the only thing you can control? If you've been to my live show before, hi, Anne. Anne knows the answer to this question. What's the only thing you can control? It's yourself, your own thoughts, choices, actions, and behaviors. So today we are talking all about manifesting your dreams, creating a life that you want, going from wishing and dreaming to actually doing. So you're missing one massively important key ingredient in your success journey, in your manifestation journey. It's action. It's inspired action. Mindset is important, folks. Mindset is really important. Believing in hope and possibility is really important. Believing in yourself is really important. But eventually we have to go from thinking to doing, because it is in the doing where growth happens. So we could be talking about very tactile things, or we could be talking about choices you're making to center yourself, to show yourself compassion, to prioritize your joy. Just like Anne last week decided she was coming on the Costa Rica retreat. She said, I have decided to prioritize this. That is inspired action. Why? Because she knew she deserved it. She knew she deserved time for herself. She deserved a break. She wanted this time to connect, to reflect, to be, just making sure my microphone was working, to be present with herself, right? We take these choices. The clients who decide to work with me on human design and subconscious reprogramming, to get to know themselves, to love themselves, to accept themselves, to work with what they have. Human design is all about expansion. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about understanding yourself. It's about knowing yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself, and working with what you've got. And then we partner that with subconscious reprogramming. And through subconscious reprogramming, you can unwire all the bullshit that society is always putting in your way so that you can align with your human design, so that you can choose joy, so that you can be in the moment. Manifestation isn't magic, y'all. It's momentum. I don't know if you know this or not, but in 2021, the Nobel Prize for Physics went to physicists who have proven that the universe does not locally exist. Phew. Okay, that is a wild concept. I fully understand that's a wild concept. We're experiencing it like a hologram. That's hard to manage when you know you're sitting here and you're watching me. Hey, Chris Davis, you can touch your desk, your phone, your computer. You can touch it. You can see it. It feels real, but it is all hallucinogenic. Okay. We are experiencing life in the ether. It's all quantum. It's all wild. So you think about the speed of light, the speed of sound. We already know, like these are sciences that we know that originates over here and then we experience it here. Well, that's what happens with your life, your timeline, your future, right? What you're doing right now in this moment is creating this next moment that you're working towards. That is why your thoughts become things. That is why manifestation works, but it only works if you work. Inspired action is an intuitive nudge. It's an idea that excites you, an opportunity that feels just right. It's not forced effort. It's connected effort. It's as if the universe is saying to you, hello, friend, come on, let's go this way. Have you ever had a moment like that? Are you allowing yourself to have moments like that? Are you open to having moments like that? See, they only happen if you're willing to look for them, if you're willing to be present with them. I had several moments like that when I was in Costa Rica a couple of weeks ago, planning the Reclaim Your Peace retreat. If you're curious to know about the retreat, we're going in January of 2026. There is still room. I would love to have you with us. But I had this moment. There's something about this land where I'm standing on it and I could feel the vibration of the land. It was almost as if there was a golden cord coming up from the center of the earth through my body, connecting me to the cosmos and to the universe as a whole. Think about those like vibrational plates that we are seeing all over TikTok these days. It was like that, but way less jarring. Like I was alive with the energy of what was happening in the universe. I was the universe and the universe was me. And it created momentum, but I gave myself the opportunity to be in that space. So maybe your inspired action is having a conversation that you've been putting off. Maybe your inspired action is saying yes to something that you know is right in your heart, or saying no to something that you know is not right for you. Perhaps your inspired action is sending sales emails or making calls. Perhaps your inspired action is getting a job done that you've been putting off, but maybe your inspired action is deciding to rest or giving yourself a moment for reflection. Maybe it's doing EFT tapping or breathing. In fact, I'm inspired right now. There's action right now to do a little breath work with you. Everybody just take a second. Roll your shoulder. Roll your neck. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And put your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your left. And repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. Thank you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I love you. Even just a few seconds of intention, of giving yourself a moment to recalibrate, is inspired action, and it is active manifestation. When you are in a creative space, when you are taking intentional action on your dreams, on your hell yes life, on your feeling connected to yourself and embracing possibility and opportunity and joy, you stay open to seeing synchronicities. Maybe you're seeing angel numbers. I've been seeing angel numbers like crazy. So if you don't know what those are, you see 111 or 1111 or 444 or 333 or even 2020. Maybe you see them somewhere. That's not a time, but you could see it. You see these numbers repeated. Every time I see an angel number, I pause and I say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everything is always working out for me. Thank you is the most powerful prayer in the world. And I am not a religious person, but I am a very spiritual person. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you is the most powerful prayer in the world. It will connect you to the high vibe energy of the universe, and it will gift you in ways that you might not have ever imagined before. Something as simple as pausing in the moment to be grateful, to recognize that you are aware of this shift. Grateful, beautiful. Being excited is a really important key indicator of aligned momentum and manifestation. Not dread, excitement. Now it's fascinating because our body doesn't really know the difference between fear and excitement. It's your mind that attaches whether or not you're supposed to be afraid or whether or not you're supposed to be excited. So when I work with folks on somatic work and human design work, we get really good clarity on knowing inside your body what's a yes for you and what's a no for you, so that you can get out of your mind and into your body, so that your body can give you the answers that you're looking for. It's really, really, really profound. You have those random thoughts in the shower? Maybe that's what it is, right? Maybe that random thought is the sign you've been waiting for. I'll tell you what's been happening for me lately, and it's kind of wild. I have started to have lucid dreams, and I'm very aware of it. I used to not ever remember my dreams, and I definitely wouldn't say that I was getting messages in my dreams. But in the last, I would say, I don't know, 3 weeks since Costa Rica, actually. So maybe this happened when I was on my planning retreat for Costa Rica. I get messages in my mind while I'm asleep, and sort of usually it's close to waking, right? So you're sort of in a half lucid dream state. that says, do this thing, change this thing, make this call, take this action. And I'm actually remembering it. And so if I choose to get up and take that action right away, I have seen almost instant feedback that that was the right decision. It's kind of wild. It's really cool. So you have to be open. You have to be open to the vibration. You have to be open to the connection. You have to be open to the possibility. You have to be open to believing, to witnessing, to choosing, to picking it up and doing something with it. That is the only way inspired action works when you are manifesting a hell yes life. And it doesn't mean that there's not a lot of shit happening around you, because there is always going to be a lot of shit happening around you all the time. That's life. That's what happens. But when you're taking radical responsibility for yourself, you are asking yourself, given what I know about this situation, who do I want to be in this moment? What do I want to say in this moment? What do I want to do in this moment? Radical responsibility for yourself. Lots of things can be true at once, but you are the only one with the magic wand in your own life. And you have to choose it. You have to say yes to yourself. It's not about taking big action. It's about taking small, intentional, inspired action, little bitty steps. Maybe it's sending that email. Maybe it's booking that trip. Maybe it's starting the side hustle, the podcast. You're going to start writing. You've been dreaming of writing. Maybe it's taking a nap. Maybe it's listening to a subliminal audio. I'm in the process of creating an entire human design subliminal audio library. This was an invitation. I'm a projector in human design, and I was invited. Janaid is here, and Janaid loves those naps. Projectors unite, friend. Projectors have to be invited in to share our wisdom, and we do have wisdom, and we do know things, and we don't always know why we know them, but we know them. And when we are invited to share, we change people's lives. That's why I'm a coach. Because when people decide to work with me, they change their lives, taking radical responsibility for themselves, their thoughts, their actions, their behaviors. I'm a guide. I'm a coach. I don't do the work for you. You do the work. I just support you. But I had a client who came to me and said, hey, can you create a custom subliminal audio based on my human design chart? And I was like, fuck yeah, I can do that. I love that. That's amazing. I want to do that for you. She paid me, I created it. And then I was like, oh, that is a beautiful invitation. If this client is aligned and wants this, then somebody else wants it. So I have been working behind the scenes to do an entire content library of human design related subliminal audios. So you could buy one audio. You could buy a bundle of 5, and a bundle of 5 includes an audio for your type, strategy, authority, profile line, and environment. Or you could buy a bundle of 9, which is all 9 centers. You just let me know whether it's defined or undefined. You get the whole package. It's amazing. We are doing the coolest things, but this required me to A, be open to hearing the message, the invitation when it came to me. B, think beyond it. Look beyond this one invitation and open up to the possibility of what else that could mean. Then after I said, yes, I like that, I'm excited about that, then I had to intentionally decide who I wanted to be in this moment, how I wanted to behave in this moment, and I have to create the thing. You know, some people will sell something that doesn't exist yet and say, I'll create it once it exists. That has never been an aligned behavior for me. And I get it. Sometimes we don't want to put our time and our effort and our energy into something that we don't know is going to work. But the truth is, we don't ever know if something's going to work. We don't ever know. You don't ever know for sure that something is going to work. We have to stay open to the possibility of it working differently or causing success in unexpected ways. The outcome can't be the reason for the doing. You're doing because it's aligned and it feels inspired. The outcome is going to be whatever it's going to be. Thank you, Anne. It is really exciting. So I'm creating these audios, and I have done 4 of the 5 types. So I'm making a lot of audios. Like, you can do this math, right? We've got all of the environments, all of the centers, both defined and undefined, all of the profile lines, all of the authorities, all of the strategies, all of the types, a ton of audios, but I'm just making them. And it's so exciting. Yes, the risk that becomes the opportunity. This is why I host the Was It Chance podcast with my podcast pal, Alan Seals. Was It Chance is a show about taking intentional risk for creative success. The risk becomes the opportunity. But you have to believe in possibility. You have to believe in hope. You have to believe in yourself that you can show up in unique ways to elicit unique responses and results. The audios are all about 30 minutes long. Janae asked how long these subliminal audios are. They're all about 30 minutes long. What I love about subliminal audios in general, so this is something that I learned to do through my NLP, subconscious reprogramming certification. Subconscious reprogramming is, think about your conscious as like an iceberg. And the part that you see above the water, that's your conscious mind, right? And everything below the water is your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is so powerful. There's so much more in your subconscious mind than in your conscious mind. If you think you have a great money mindset and yet you are always struggling with money, that is subconscious messing with you all the time, right? If you think that you have a lot of confidence, but you never go out and put yourself out there and take any risks, that is your subconscious mind sabotaging you all the time. Now, I have a whole toolkit, and some of you are here, some of you are active clients, some of you we have been doing subconscious reprogramming together. I have a whole toolkit of different subconscious reprogramming tools, but subliminal audios are one of my favorites. So it's just beautiful, relaxing music with I am affirmations that are aligned specifically to you. So in this case, related to your human design. And you can listen to them anytime, anywhere. You don't actually hear my voice. Your subconscious hears my voice, but you don't. I even went so far as to make sure that I did research on what type of music would most align with each of these different elements of human design. And so I have different music that specifically will speak to this portion of your human design chart. And all of the music is unique. I'm really excited about it. I've worked really, really hard creating it. But subliminal audios can be listened to all day long. You can listen no matter what you're doing. If you're driving or cooking, you have them in the background. They just work in the background. Subtle reprogramming, subtly unwiring all the bullshit you've put on yourself and instead placing the new things that you desire instead. My friends, when you connect with the universe and you stay open to possibility, when you take intentional risk, when you take inspired action, you are unstoppable. And that doesn't mean that everything is always going to work out exactly the way you had intended. When I was in Costa Rica doing the blue clay ceremony, they asked us what we wanted to surrender and release. I chose to release expected outcomes because that is the number one disappointment for me and most people I know. When you know or you think that everything's going to turn out exactly one way, you set yourself up for disappointment. But what is possible if you said, I don't exactly know how it's going to work out, but I know that it will, and it's going to be perfect. All of a sudden, things begin to shift. I'll share another story. So I made a friend, shout out to Allison, when I was in Costa Rica, and she is a quantum magician. All right, so just breathe that in with me for a moment. A quantum magician. You're going to say, I don't know what that is. And I'm going to say, I don't really know what it is either, but I love it. So her specialty is supporting people in the medical industry who are on the verge of burnout. All right. But I had this little situation that I knew I wanted quantum magic for because it was the only way I was going to solve this problem. I had made a mistake. I booked my flight back to the United States from San Jose, Costa Rica for 11:30 a.m. Now let me backtrack. When we go on the Reclaim Your Peace Costa Rica retreat, we fly into San Jose, and then we take a domestic flight from San Jose to Quepos, and then about a 45-minute drive from the Quepos airport to the Emaloa Institute. After I had booked my return flight home, I found out that we were not supposed to land back at San Jose until around 10 a.m. So that gave me about an hour and a half. And I was a little bit nervous about the hour and a half. I'm like, that's pretty tight. I felt pretty nervous about it. So I went to Allison and I said, Allison, I could use a little quantum magic. And she said, okay, what's going on? And I told her the situation. And she said, what time is your connection from San Jose back to Chicago? I had a layover in Houston. And I said, I don't remember. I don't remember what the time was, but there was a connection We needed to make all of the timing. I had enough time to go to the United Club Lounge and get a snack when I was in Houston, easy peasy. And so she asked me a bunch of questions about the process, about different elements surrounding this connecting flight that I needed. And she closed her eyes and she said, okay, I think it's good. She said, when I first closed my eyes and saw the future of this thing that you're doing, it was a jagged path. And then I breathed quantum magic into it and I saw it straighten out. Okay, so that sounds crazy. I get it. Like if you're not a woo-woo person, you're like, this chick has lost her mind. But hear me out. All right. I was like, cool, that's cool. So then the next morning, we're leaving to get in the car, to drive the 45 minutes to Coipos, to catch the flight, to go to San Jose, to catch my flight to Houston. We leave late. We arrive at the airport late. The plane does not leave until 10:25 a.m. We were supposed to land at 10 a.m. Remember that? The plane does not leave until 10:25 a.m. It is about a 15, 16-minute flight. I am trying to stay calm because this is a stressful situation. And I'm remembering what my friend Allison told me, that everything is always going to work out for me. And I'm literally chanting in my mind on the plane. I'm looking out. It's this beautiful little small plane, and I can see the Costa Rican landscape. I mean, it's just spectacular. Pinching myself a little, like, is this my real life? Do I get to do this? And in my mind, I'm saying, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out perfectly. I am so lucky. Everything is always working out for me. I am peace. I am joy. I am success. I am wealth. I am abundance. Over and over and over and over again. Folks, when we landed, somebody met me at our little plane, opened the door, grabbed my luggage, escorted me over to security from the domestic. We went from the domestic terminal to the international terminal. The plane landed at 10:45. My flight left at 11:30. I made it in enough time to fill my water bottle and buy a snack before I got on that plane. That shouldn't have happened. Tell me there's no such thing as quantum magic. Tell me there's no such thing as bending time and manifesting the future that you want. That shouldn't have happened, but it did. Now, I'm not going to try and make a connection that tight in the future because that's a little more stress than I wanted. But being open to unexpected doors and unexpected opportunities, letting the right people appear to you, hearing the messages, finding the synchronicities, all of a sudden, luck starts working in your favor. But you know what's working in your favor? You are working in your favor. You are taking intentional, inspired action. Not every step is going to bring specific results. Some of these steps might feel like detours to you, but everything is aligning behind the scenes if you believe and you keep trusting and you keep going and you are compassionate with yourself and you choose joy and you choose the things that you know work for you, whether that is exercise, eating well, having a routine. Some people love structure and routine. Some people don't. Whether it's taking a nap, whether it's setting a boundary, whether it's just giving yourself time to dream and believe and hope for more. This is what intentional, inspired action looks like. And I'm curious to know from all of you, what's one thing that you've been putting off because it's a little scary, but also it excites you? What is one thing that you're putting off? And what is possible if you took one little tiny intentional step towards that thing? What if you did it today? What if you did it like right now? Not tomorrow, not when you're ready, because you're never going to be ready. That perfect moment that you've always been waiting for doesn't exist. There is no perfect moment. You have to create a perfect moment. You have to be the perfect moment. You have to decide this is the moment. I'm going to take this intentional, inspired action right now, and I'm going to be open to all of the wonderful results from the seeds that I've sown. Releasing unexpected outcomes and staying open to possibility, knowing that everything is always working out for you. You have to move, my love, and then the magic will flow. The magic will follow you. But you have to move. You have to say yes to yourself, to opportunity, to hope, to joy, to possibility. You say yes to yourself. You take intentional, inspired action, and the magic will flow. You are the only one with the magic wand. The only one. No one can do it for you. I can coach, I can guide, I can lead, I can mentor, and I hope to always be able to do those things with you. But I don't do the magic. You do the magic when you choose yourself, when you show up for yourself, when you say yes to yourself, when you say yes to the things that you know will enrich the experience of your life. You have the magic wand. You are the only one. Chris is going to start a Patreon. That's what she just told me. Right? Because it scares you a little, but it's also exciting and there's lots of hope and possibility. So Chris happens to be a dear friend and a private coaching client. So I can't wait to take action on that with you, Chris. That's going to be amazing. Anybody else want to share something that they know would make a difference, but they've been a little hesitant? What can you do today? Chris, I want to know for you, what can you do today to get started? One little thing. See, listen, folks, if something that you're working towards feels too difficult, break it down into even tinier, more intentional steps. And just do the first little step, just the first one. And then the next one. And then the next one. Don't think about all of the steps. Just think about the next step and do them one at a time. Chris is playing on the platform to see what's possible. Excellent. You got to start, right? You got to start. I want to start being more creative, says the lovely Anne. And I ask you to define, what does creativity mean to you? What does creativity feel like to you? How do you know when you are being creative? And what are the results that you want from choosing creativity? And then stay open to exploring what creativity is, all the different ways that you can be creative, that you can experience creation. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe it's going out for a walk and finding the spring flowers. Maybe it's going to a museum. Maybe it's taking a class. Maybe it's singing in the shower. Maybe it's a drawing or writing or reading. I don't know. Everyone gets to define for themselves what creative is, what success is, what fear is, what bravery is, what joy is. Because I know through my work in coaching, and especially through my work in human design, that what is joy for me, what is happiness for me, what is success for me, what is brave for me is not going to be the same thing that it is for you. And that is okay, because we have to define these things for ourselves. We cannot wait for other people to tell us we've done it right. We have to create our own metrics and decide for ourselves. And that is how we change our lives. And that is how we change the world. Each and every one of us, the energetic shift, the vibrational change of that, of taking radical responsibility for yourself and stepping into your power boldly and courageously and bravely and saying, I will be happy. I will be joyful. I will be successful. I will be creative. And in that process, I will model that behavior for other people. I will inspire other people. I will be a conscious leader, and I will make an impact on the world. Melinda says, I will put time into writing my blog today and give time to meditate. Finding joy is so important. I love what you're saying. Thank you, Melinda. Write that blog, find that time to meditate, rest, do whatever you need to do. I love you. I am your biggest fan. I have said that for years. If you are in my community, whether you're in the Spark Collective or you're just somebody that I connect with on social media, whether you're a private client, you're coming to the retreat, doesn't matter what it is. If you are in my world, I am your biggest fan, and I will always be your biggest fan. And I have client after client tell me that. I love knowing that you are always cheering me on. But what really matters is that you cheer you on, that you believe in yourself. It helps to have other people supporting you and seeing you and excited for you. But you have to give yourself this gift. Remember that you are the one with the magic wand. You really are. And I'm so excited to see what you create and how you manifest your dreams. This is the power of intentional, inspired action. This is what manifestation looks like. It's not in the thinking of things, it is in the doing of things. And I believe in you because everything is always working out for you. Everything is always working out for you. Before we go, I am going to pull a Create Brave card. This is a deck of manifestation cards that I co-created with my amazing friend, Rachel Swanson. I adore Rachel so much. Hi, Allison. How are you? Manifestation is in action. Manifestation is an active thing. It's a verb. It is a thing you're choosing, a thing you are leaning into. And so with the Create Brave cards, this is an opportunity to think of things in a creative, unusual, unexpected way. It is about finding a different entry, a different way in, or calling yourself on your bullshit. So I always shuffle cards. Whoa, y'all, this is the card. It was very strong. I shuffle the cards until the one the universe wants me to have pops out, and that popped out very quickly. And we got unravel. I choose to take things apart to create something better, unravel. So much of what we've talked about today requires us to unravel what we think we know for sure and open up to possibility that we never even imagined before. So much of the growth that you want, the hell yes life that you want to live, the success that you want to have, the joy that you want to have requires unraveling and taking things apart so that you can create something better. Taking things apart so that you can create something better. Keep what you want and ditch what you don't want. I love this card. If you want your own set of Create Brave cards, they come in this really beautiful magnetic box. There is a guidebook. It's like having two coaches in your pocket. We have coaching guidance. We have the focus word, the affirmation, as well as a Create Brave prompt, a thing you can go out and do right now. Visit my website, vickeryandco.com, and you can buy a set. And I'll put a little love note in there for you. If you don't have a set of Create Brave cards, you should. They're a really fun way to connect, to get outside of your norm, to look at things from an open perspective. Anne has the deck, and Anne said her Create Brave card for the week was creativity, commitment, journey, and delegate. I love all of those. And that fits so nicely with what we're talking about today and what you just told me you want to create. That's beautiful. That's so exciting. Folks, thank you for being here with me. This was a lot of fun. I have so many cool things to share with you. We have a lot of really interesting things coming up. So join us next Thursday, 12 p.m. Central, for the next episode of Live with Heather Vickery. Make sure you're on my newsletter. If you go to vickeryandco.com, you can make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. You're going to get a free gift because that's just the way I roll. And you get to know about all the cool things that are happening, and you'll get to be up to speed on the human design subliminal content library that you're going to have access to, which is really cool. You can find out about the retreat in Costa Rica. If you are not already registered to join us for the Reclaim Your Peace retreat in Costa Rica, we have some space left. If it is calling to your soul, let me know. Let's talk about it. Say yes to yourself. Can you just imagine saying yes to yourself and feeling yourself connected to that energy and the vibration of this beautiful land, of connecting with yourself, of choosing joy, of choosing peace, choosing yourself? This is a gift that you can give yourself right now. Thank you so much for being here with me, for spending time with me. If you think anybody else might like this, make sure you let them know. I'm live every Thursday at 12 p.m. Central. My name is Heather Vickery, and I'm reminding you today and every single day to go out and choose yourself bravely. Take care, friends. Talk to you later. Bye.